Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to tonight's broadcast. We have a extraordinary race here for you tonight here at Daytona International Speedway. This is race number 1 of 33 races here with the Northwest Xfinity Series. As I see a lot of people in chat here tonight. Mark Walls in chat not being able to race with us. Mark, I think you should probably be out there checking out your newborn that we heard was just born, so congrats on that. But you're here in chat with us, so glad to have you here, along with Liam with us as well. So definitely welcome to chat for everybody here tonight. Again, I expect to see a really good race tonight here at Daytona. It's, as always, a super speedway, something you definitely have to expect to see some great racing. We'll see some 3-wide throughout the night. But before we get any further into what's going to happen tonight, we need to thank all the people that made it possible here on the racing side of things. Of course, that is Walls Beard Co., Beard Bomb himself, as we just said there, Mark Walls, the owner of that company. So head on over to wallsbeardco.com and pick some of that Beard Bomb up. Obviously, he's going to need it. He's got a newborn now to take care of. So head on over to wallsbeardco.com. If you have a beard, you need to take care of it. So make sure you go check them out today and pick some of that product up. All natural and organic. Of course, on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our following partners for 2019. Those do include Northwest Racing Series. This series themselves, the official one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race. Walls Beard Co. themselves, the official starting grid sponsor for tonight's race. Race on Texas, the official dirt partner of Virtual Racing Network. Sim Speed Shop, your official button box company of VRN. Hanover Wrecker Service, your official caution sponsor for tonight's race and all other races here on the channel. Over in the On the Edge Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer. Make sure you check them out at ontheedgemotorsports.com to get some of that gum today. Huffman Designs, if you're in the market for paint, make sure you check them out. Look them up on Facebook at Huffman Designs. And of course, RaceCore Online Racing League. Make sure you check these guys out if you're looking for some great racing on Sunday and Tuesday nights. That being said, of course, as we are in the market for a few other partners, we are going to be partnering up with a few companies to do some sim racing stuff, and you will get some marketing stuff over on the real life side of things, where we're going to be covering some real life events for our partnership there with Race on Texas and Virtual Racing Network. So if you're looking to get some exposure, definitely shoot us a message over on the VRN Facebook page, as we have 1 or 2 opportunities opening up here, or that are open here, to get your company name out there. So if you are in the market for that, head on over there, shoot us a message, and we will check that as quickly as possible. That being said, here we have about 7 minutes left in practice. Again, we do not have any point standings yet. This is race number 1, so we don't have those point standings to go over. And there you go, all beard homes help thicken and provide better growth. So there you have it from the owner himself. And we got Jason in chat with us as well, so welcome everyone. Matt in the chat as well. But yeah, we want to give you a little bit of an enlightenment here coming into tonight's race. So we have some track facts here for tonight. Again, all track facts are brought to you by bdccoatings.com. These are their track facts. Some of you may know this one, that Tony Stewart has won 4 Coke Zero 400s, but has never won a Daytona 500. And obviously, since he has retired, the chances of that happening are very slim. Although he could come out of retirement. So, Tony, if you're out there watching by any chance, maybe come out of retirement for that Daytona 500 next year. See if you can't get that Daytona 500 win. Obviously, we'd love to see you smoking victory lane at Daytona 500. And, of course, the other little track fact here that most people may not know is the first Rolex 24, which, of course, was not called the Rolex 24 back then, in 1962, was actually only 3 hours long. So now Just a tidbit of information there. A 24-hour race was technically only 3 hours. Shows you how this sport has evolved from 3-hour races to 24-hour-long races. Of course, that is a difference of 21 hours. That is a huge difference. Now they swap out drivers. Nobody could run 24 hours. They would be completely exhausted. So, just to give you a little history of this track, of course, there are a ton of more facts about this track. If you want to check them out, you can head on over to their website. Just Google Daytona International Speedway, and you can check all of those out. They got some cool shots over there on how this track was built when it was founded. Now, I believe it took them 15 months to build this track, so really not that long in the grand scheme of things. So make sure you head on over there and check it out. Of course, here in the booth tonight, I am your host, Charles Wooten, your producer and announcer here for tonight's broadcast. We got about 37 drivers or so in here, 38 when it's all said and done, so we have a big field. We're going to have about 19 to 20 rows of cars to start this. The question is, of course, how long will it be before we go 3 wide for this race? Definitely the question at hand is when will those drivers decide to go 3 wide? As some of you may or may not know, if you're not familiar with iRacing, of course, we have a huge Week 13 build coming up tomorrow morning. So be tuning in here to the VRN channel. We have a ton of stuff that we're going to be exploring when that build does come out, of course. We're going to have new camera flashes going off in the stands. We are also going to have some new HDR. Hopefully our monitors will be able to handle it. So we're going to have some HD rendering going on here to make this even look better than it already does. So a lot of stuff going on here. We have the new Daytona coming in. So come Thursday for the Northwest Truck Series, we will have the brand new Daytona, how it looks as of their last race at the Daytona 500. So we will have that in place. A lot of new stuff going on. New Charlotte coming into mix. So just a lot of new things that we have coming tomorrow morning for Week 13 builds. Right now, though, and we're going to go to the racing side of things. We have Dylan Huffins. That is your fastest driver. He is a brand new driver to the series. Again, there are probably over half this field that are brand new drivers that we have never seen before here in this series. So this could get very interesting to see how these new guys play with the old guys. Will we see some rivalries built? Will we see some teammates come out of this? I know we looked earlier when we were talking to these drivers in the pits, and the teammate side of things is outstanding. You have Hector Strong Racing, and that is an understatement. When you talk about strong racing, of course, Hector in there as well. That is the name of the team, but there are just about 11 drivers in there, I think is what's in there. So, you know, you compare that to Walls Beard Co. Guys over there with Wicked Chassis Racing. We have 3-4 drivers. That's going to make it difficult for these drivers here at Daytona, where you have 4 versus 11. That is really going to hinder your performance to get to the front of this track. You're going to have to be on top of your A game tonight. Oh, sorry about that. But, again, you've got to be on your A game here tonight. We got about a minute 30 left on the clock. We do, of course, want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. We are going to take a quick break real fast. When we come back, it will be time for qualifying coming up next. So stay tuned for that. And, of course, if you like the broadcast here tonight, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of all upcoming events. And we will be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and pull up your qualifying drop down on to the chart. We did get a confirmation there. We're going to have to reset the overlays here real quick. So we're going to drop down to the track with these drivers. We're going to get down there to William Fletcher and give us just a minute here. We're going to reset those overlays as we have some names that are not showing up. So those guys did not put a lap into the practice. That is the reason for that. But you're watching William Fletcher in the number 28 right now. So he's going to have some connection issues here. Let's go ahead and get up your main. We'll bring it back down your qualifying times here. Hopefully everybody's name should be showing up now. So again, everyone's name should be in here. So we're going to get the last minute stuff set up here real quick. Again, there's a glitch in there where the names do not want to show up for some reason. As we're going to switch over here, we'll bring up your qualifying driver bar for Case Hinkins in the number 20. We'll see how it does work out for him in that number 20. Nobody officially has put in the time just yet. And we did get a confirmation, thanks to Dylan there, that it is Huffines is how you pronounce it. So we will make sure to pronounce that name last name correctly. We definitely do not want to be mispronouncing names here. We try to put on the best show we definitely can, and that is part of it. We're just waiting here to see. They got 10 minutes to get around this track. It takes you about almost 2 minutes to get around this on your warm-up lap. So let's see where everybody stacks up here. You're seeing your top 20 here in qualifying. It's going to be your first 10 rows for this race. So it should be very interesting. This is going to be a Chris White with a 50.380 at the top of the charts right now. William Fletcher right behind him. These are one of the first drivers out on the track. And right now they are showing it as they are sitting there currently battling for first and second. Let's see if anybody else can top them. I'm sure we will see some people that will be out on top here. The question is, who is it going to be that will top them, if anybody at all? We don't see some of our normals out here. John Ottbacher sitting on pit road at the moment. He has not come out. We will go over to Dylan Huffines, who is currently in that 00 machine. He's not put in a lap just yet. He is currently sitting in about 20th position, even though he has not put in a time. So we'll see what it is. It's going to be William Fletcher, though, that takes it to the top of the charts with a 49.852. We're going to have Charles Lar here with a 50.311. He'll put it to third place. Right behind him, another new driver here, Jesse Gray in that 08 machine. He will put it to fifth place with a 50.341. Dana Rogers in the 07 machine currently sitting in seventh place. And now make it second place with a 49.891. Another great run for Dana Rogers, who we don't always see run all that season, but now that he is back, he is running. We'll see if he does start. It looks like he's going to do so here again. Didn't always start last season, but it looks like he will be set to start this one, as it's going to be Case Hinkins that is at the top of the chart, the number 20 machine with a 49.838. William Fletcher still right behind him in second. As you can see, it is getting dark here on the speedway very quickly. So those lights will be kicking in very soon, as there's Daryl Tidrick in the number 45 in 10th place right now. Make it 12th with a 49.994. That'll be 14th now, as Donovan Barr is going to take it to the top of the bar with a very fast time, 49.836. Not for long. Someone we're used to seeing at the top of the charts, the number 21 of Jason Berg, takes it to the top with a walkthrough fast time, 49.799. That is the only .7 time here. Jeff Stabnow now right behind him in the number 24 machine with a 49.807. We'll check in a little further back here with Chris Walters, who is out on the track right now, as he's in the number 36 machine here this season, same as last season with a 50.004. We'll check in back here. We have James Thurston in the number 2 machine. He's coming down the backstretch. What kind of time will he put in? They got 4.5 minutes left on the clock before it's all said and done. And this qualifying session will come to an end. Again, roughly around 35 to 37 drivers. We expected a bunch, and they delivered here tonight. There is a ton of them here out on the track. We'll see right now. We have Brian Lambert, Josh Coley that has not come out, Jade Williams, Brian Barnes, Gerald Heffley, Josh Cushman, Seth Frazier, Steve Silsad, John Ottenbacher. These guys have not come out onto the track here. And most notably, I want to point out that as of right now, Sean Breitzman, one of the teammates for Wicked Chassis Racing, has not made it into the session. I do not see him here in the session with us, so we'll see if he is going to make it here tonight. Meanwhile, James Thurston to 11th place, and we're going to check in with Justin McClure, who is currently 10th fastest in the number 10 machine with a 49.858. So another good run for him. Scott Mann currently 24th fastest in that 90 machine with a 50.787. We'll see if he can get it a little bit faster there, hitting about 182 miles per hour. You have Tom Hammond, that is in the 62 machine, and he's going to scrape the wall, looks like, so I don't think this lap is going to count. And he's going to shut it down anyway, so his lap is done. Josh Cushman out on the track in the number 95 machine. Unsponsored here. We got the Walls Beard Coat on there and some VRN logo on the back bumper, so big shout out to Josh Cushman running the VRN logo here for us. As right now, he has not put in a time. He is the only driver other than Tom Hammond who has not officially put in a lap just yet, so it'll be interesting to see when he does put a lap in for Seth Frazier. If he does, he is sitting in his car, but has not put in a time just yet. Alright, one last time. Well, we'll say probably won't be the last time. We want to thank everybody once again for showing up here tonight. And of course, you know what to do if you like the race. Hit that thumbs up button. And of course, if you haven't before, you can subscribe to the channel by hitting that subscribe button and that little bell. Will be get you notified of all upcoming events that we have going on here. We will have some real-life events on here as well, so if you like some real-life racing events, make sure you definitely subscribe to the channel. We're going to have, I believe, Monarch Motor Speedway here in our hometown. We're going to be covering some of their events, streaming that. We'll be putting highlights up on the channel here. And of course, if you want to watch all that racing detail, you can check out with our partner over on racehometexas.com. for all the on-demand video, but we will be putting a little 2 to 4 minute highlight videos on here as well. So make sure you check that out. As Josh Cushman currently with a 50.783 was his last lap. Let's check in here with Brian Barnes, who is coming out onto the track now. He again does not have a time in, neither does Tom Hammond still. He has not officially put in a time. Seth Frazier doesn't look to be coming out anytime soon. He is in his car, though. He's not coming out onto the track. So very interesting there to see why he is opting not to. But there you have it. Josh Cushman, 49.818. That will put him to 3rd fastest on the charts, right behind the 24, Jeff Stabnow. So good, very good run for him. And it's going to be Tom Hammond with a 50.230. That'll put him in 27th place here in qualifying. And I don't think we're going to see Brian Barnes have time to put in a lap. We've got 20 seconds left on the clock. So it looks like he is going to run out of time before he can get to the line, as he is just now on the backstretch here. So time will expire before he can do so. We'll go ahead and get rid of your qualifying off the charts, as well as your qualifying bar. That will do it here for qualifying. Your Walls Beard Co. starting grid will be coming up next. All right, again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's time to drop down to this field, and we are set to go here for your Walls Beard Co. starting grid. Just going to wait for a few more drivers to take to the grid, and when they do, we will drop down there and go through the grid here for you. They are starting to do so here. Brian Barnes is going to be starting towards the back here tonight. Obviously did not get a qualifying time in. Here's closer to the front of this field in the number 10 machine. We got the 28 of William Fletcher blinking there just a little bit. We'll check in with him, waiting for Jeff Stabnow to take to the grid, our second place outside pole here for tonight's race, but so far has not done so. He will be one of the last ones to grid up from the way it looks, as he is probably going to be admitting this thing as well. So we'll go ahead and let's go through your Walls Beard Co. starting grid on row 1. It's going to be the 21 of Jason Berg. On his outside is going to be the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Row 2 is going to be the 95 of Josh Cushman and the 98 of Donovan Barr. Row 3 is going to be the 20 of Case Hinkins and the 58 of Stephen Paulson. Row 4 is going to be the 55 of Dan West Jr. and the 03 of Daniel Masters. Row 5 is going to be the 92 of Casey Tillman and the 28 of William Fletcher. Row 6 is going to be the 88 of Travis McKinney and the 10 of Justin McClure. Row 7 is going to be the 90 of Scott Mann and the 2 of James Thurston. Row 8 is going to be the 72 of BJ Tidrick and the 8 of Gary Nichols. Row 9 is going to be the 07 of Dana Rogers and the 83 of Chris White. In row 10 is going to be the 00 of Dylan Huffines and the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. In row 11 it's going to be the 22 of Charles Barr and the 99 of Chris Torres. Row 12 is going to be the 45 of Daryl Tidrick and the 36 of Chris Walters. Row 13 is going to be the 40 of Bruce B. Weaver and the 08 of Jesse Gray. Row 14 is going to be the 63 of Tom Hammond and the 4 of Brian Barnes. Row 15 is going to be the 33 of Josh Coley and the 9 of Corey Walters. Row 16 is going to be the 65 of Steve Silstad and the 52 of Brian Lambert. Row 17 is going to be the 89 of John Ottenbacher and the 32 of Seth Frazier. Row 18 is going to be the 25 of Jade Williams and the 62 of Gerald Heffley. And nobody going to be on row 19. 18 rows of drivers here for tonight's race, as we are just about set to get this thing going here, to get the green flag for the first time here tonight. It should be a doozy of a race, to say the least, as the pace car is diving off to get this thing started for the first time here tonight. There it is. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here for the first time. Everything's getting shaken up on the timing screen here as we're going to shake down these new overlays. We're on lap 1 of 80 here tonight. Let's go to our main camera. The green flag camera is out, and we've already got a little bit of a gap here from about 10th place and beyond. We go back here, and we'll see Daniel Masters in this group. You see them kind of spread out, but here they come. Almost 3-4 wide. They're going to cycle it out, and we're going to go 2 wide coming down the backstretch, as it is right now Jason Berg and Jeff Stabnow out front. Currently, Jeff Stabnow leading this race. We'll see. Let's go ahead and put up your running order on the side of the screen so you can see exactly where everybody stands right now. Jason Berg being scored as your race leader. Who will it be at the line is the question. We'll find out here. As you see, already getting really sorted out about midfield. We do have a blinker in there. It looks like William Fletcher blinking just a little bit, and that's going to thin this herd out a little bit. As right now, Jeff Stabnow being scored as the lead. As you see right there, the difference, 0.0000. That is the gap. It is very minuscule there. 0.033 now separating first and second. They're side by side coming down the backstretch here on lap number 2. This is the Northwest Racing League. This is the Xfinity Series for tonight's race. Again, it's presented by Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. And unfortunately, unfortunately, Mark Walls is unable to race with us tonight. Fortunately, he is in chat with us, and he has a new little one that is being brought into this world here tonight. So congrats on that, Mark Walls, on having little Mark Walls brought in. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but either way, make sure you pick up some of them gum cigars out there. They're awesome, whether you get the pink or the blue. Always fun to have some of those, so you can send some our way. If you don't mind, that would be great. That being said, let's go back to the racing action, as they are just side by side, about 10-15 deep right now. And there you see this entire field really duking it out, having a blast out here. This is one of the biggest fields we have ever seen here. 36 drivers. I want to point out, though, as we go to the very rear of this field, look who's running solo here tonight in that Reese's Cup car. That is John Ottenbacher, who is running solo. He missed the grid, had to start after the race did. And look, there's the pack coming behind him. So I'm not sure why he's running Reese's here, as he's not running his Walls Beard Co. car, but there he is, right there, coming into, or out of turn 4. There's the group, the lead pack coming out of the turn as well, so they will catch him in a hurry. Just to give a reference of how fast they're going here, they're doing 190 plus miles an hour, 91, 92. He's doing 179, so he definitely needs to see a caution so he can catch this field back up. Otherwise, he will go a lap down here very quickly, and that's the last thing he wants to see, is to go a lap down this early in the race. Looks like we got a little bit of wiggling going on back here in the back of this field. I would say midfield technically, maybe a little further back. I'm not sure who it was. It looked like it was a Tide car. Just not sure who was wheeling that Tide car back here. Definitely is the last thing you want to do, or see in front of you anyway, is somebody wiggling back and forth. And that may have been right there, the Bass Pro Shops. That was the 36 of Chris Walters that we saw weaving back and forth there just a little bit. So the people around him may not be too happy there to see him wiggling, but he looks like he's going to get it under control. Again, this is super speedway plate racing. You cannot always predict what is going to happen. You have to be on the edge of your seat, getting ready for anything here tonight. So definitely interesting here. And Jason, obviously a little late for some people. So Jason, we will catch you at the next race. As always, glad to have you here with us in chat. We know you're here all the time, chatting it up with us in the chat there, of course. Let's go back to the front and look at this group going on. Again, there you see a very good angle of just how they're going. What we want to do here for a moment here, just for a lap or two, let's go ahead and get rid of your running order, as we have gone now 6 laps, well, 7th lap is what we're on, 6 laps completed here, caution free. They are catching John Ottenbacher here, but let's go ahead, let's go on board with Donovan Barr here if we can. And let's see what it's like from his view. Actually, let's go on with Stephen Paulson. This is the view from Stephen Paulson's car right now on board in that number 58 machine. And look at the battle he's got going on. You see him side by side. He's got Jason Berg just in front of him. The 98 Donovan Ranta in front of him. And Jeff Stabnow in front to the left. And there they go by the 89. They're going to blow by him. Look, he's standing still right now. There we go by him. Look at the momentum speed as he scrapes the wall. Look how much faster they are. That is why you do not want to lose the gap here. If you lose the gap, you're going to fall back very quickly. That's exactly what's happening here to John Ottenbacher. He needs to catch this draft, and he needs to take to the tail end of here. He's already a lap down. the best he can do is salvage the draft and not completely lose it again. If he does that, he is in dire straits. He'll easily go 2 laps down. Let's go ahead and go back to our main camera here, if we could. And there you see him coming down the front stretch. Add a little drivable into turn number 1. Again, let's go back to the front, as this is a nice little pack of cars here. You're watching the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Walls Beard Go here on Virtual Racing Network, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. And again, some great racing so far. Jeff Stabnow leading the race. And if I do recall, we're going to pull those stats if we could get them here really quickly for season number 2. Last season, we started with a different scenario. We did not start with Daytona. It does not look like. We started with Indianapolis, which is a little bit different, of course. Then to Milwaukee, but Chris White won the first race of the season, even though it was Indianapolis. We're going to see here the first time they visited Daytona, and I'm actually not seeing a Daytona race. There it is. The first time we went to Daytona, and the only time we went to Daytona last season here for the Xfinity cars, your winner was Jeff Stabnow. So Jeff Stabnow, no stranger to being in victory lane here in this series. So he is definitely a winner, a proven winner here in the series, and he won this race last time we were here, even though it was not the kickoff race. Most notably, what we want to point out, though, that race was 60 laps. This one is 80, so this race is 20 more laps. That could play a factor in determining who is the winner for this race, as those 20 laps can be a very crucial amount when it comes to the way this race will play out here tonight. That being said, here we're watching a nice little battle. We got the veteran Jeff Stabnow versus the rookie Donovan Barr, and they are right now side by side. As Jason Berg's going to have something to say about that. He's going to try to take second place, and he's going to push the 24, and right now he's doing that just that he is in second place, pushing Jeff Stabnow back to the lead, and it looks like he may 100% clear his car on the outside, but he does not. He has to regroup and try again. Jeff Stabnow has led 8 laps of the 11 completed. We're on lap number 12 here of 80. We just about completed those extra 20, I guess you could say, and then we'll basically essentially move on to the 60 that we had last season. So again, a few more laps here, and this was a driver request. They wanted to run more laps. The track and the officials said, okay, let's do it. We'll give you more, and that is precisely what they did here tonight. Let's go to our aerial coverage here for tonight. Let's take a look. There is your aerial coverage provided by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Again, you can see just how impressive they are doing here tonight, and look at how impressive it is indeed. These drivers doing a terrific job of battling side by side. Nobody really pressing too many issues yet. They're really holding back. Nobody's really forcing anything. So good job for them to do so. As we go back to our main camera, sparks are flying. And it looks like that's going to be the 36 machine of Chris Walters that is into the outside wall, and that's going to give him quite a bit of damage. William Fletcher going to have some damage as well. So 2 of our 36 cars with heavy damage on them here. John Ottenbacher in front of these guys. He has managed to keep into the draft, so good job for him to stay into the draft so far. Let's go ahead and get rid of that real fast, and let's bring up your running order one more time down the side. We want to see a few more of these drivers and see where they are when it comes to how far they are away from the leader. You look at first through 20th, currently 1.2 seconds, not 1.3 seconds behind each other. We want to point that out because you look at first place here. Let's go up to Jeff Stabnow. There's Jeff Stabnow. 20th spot is right there. 1.5 seconds behind, and they're in the same corner. They're not that far away. So to say they're 1.4 seconds apart really doesn't mean a whole lot. You go to 10th place right there, which is Dylan Huffines, currently in 10th place. That's not that far away either. So really the distance doesn't matter too terribly much. And we got Jeff Stabenow putting the number 2 car lap down. That is James Thurston. We'll pull that race information up. That Mustang out to the far left of your screen. Started 14th, currently in 35th position. Oh, we got a big wreck there. Caution is out. Number 99 involved. The 2 involved. The 22 involved. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here, as the caution flag is out here for the first time at Daytona International Speedway. Let's go back and take a look. We know the 99 was involved, the 2 is involved, so let's see what happened. So we go to Chris Torres in the 99. Take a look here, and we're going to go back here. We're going to get rid of that and go back just a little bit more. We're going to bring up your aerial coverage once again, provided by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. And watch the 99s who were watching and see what happened here. I think this was in front of him. I don't think he was the cause of this. There you see everyone trying to get around the 2 of the lap car. Let's see, where did all this start is the question. Ooh, the 00 gets the 03, and the 88 goes with it. The 99 and a 25 involved in it. A ton of cars getting involved in there, but it's going to be the 00 gets to the back bumper of another driver. So the I guess you could say the starting cause of that going to be the 00 that is going to be Dylan Huffines. He gets to the back bumper of another car, and around he goes. We go back to live here in Smoke on the track. Jeff Stabenow currently leading this race. I would imagine they're going to come down and take tires. We'll see if they're going to take tires and fuel before we go and talk to Jeff Stabenow. All right, as I figure everybody's coming down pit road, you see everybody getting ready to do so. Again, we are going to see what we got here. As you see Jeff now coming down with our little camera here that's going along the grass with him. Jeff Stabenow coming down, as well as Jason Berg coming down pit road. So let's check in with Jeff Stabenow and see what kind of stop he's going to have here. And he's going to have to pull forward just a smidge, but it looks like overall a good stop for him. As you see there, everybody on pit road here, as we'll go to the fan cam, as if we're in the stands with these guys. And it looks like Jeff Stabenow is going to come out third. Went in first, came out third here, as Jason Berg is going to beat him off. Scott Hutchinson did not come down pit road. So let's get a quick word in with Jeff Stabenow if we can. So give us just a moment. Jeff Stabenow, you got a copy?
I got you, Charles.
Well, we got to bring you down here in the booth. You went in first and, of course, came out fourth, technically third, but Scott Hutchinson didn't come in. But the reason we want to, of course, talk to you here is because we did the stats and looked it up here, and we only ran Daytona once last year in the Xfinity, and it wasn't the kickoff race, but you did win that race, and you've been leading this thing so far. So how's the car handling, and what do you think your odds are here tonight of doubling down and winning the Daytona race again here?
I'm lacking teammates tonight. I don't have enough friendly faces, so I don't know that the odds are that great. I think we got about an 11-man team working together down there, and I was surrounded by them, so we'll do our best to stay out front. But, yeah, not sure that I got a lot of help if we got to come from the back. So, I don't know, like my super speedway racing, and we'll just see how we do.
Well, it should be interesting. So, essentially what you're telling us is you're the chump bait out there, and there are sharks surrounding you at this point.
Well, you know, Mark's his wife's in labor tonight, so they're at the hospital. Big shout out to the Walls family, and excited for their new addition. And so obviously Mark's not here tonight. I'm sure he probably wanted to be, but I think the wife would have probably divorced him. And Sean couldn't make it tonight, so yeah, I'm pretty much the chum here.
Well, if it helps any, he may be divorced at this point because he's in chat listening right now. So
he may be divorced anyways, huh?
Yeah,
all right, Mark. Well, best of luck to you there, buddy. You and your wife. Excited for you guys, man.
And we know you got some quick shout-outs before we let you go to get you back to the race channel.
Yeah, the Walls Beard Co. family there. Big shout out to them again, obviously sponsorship, and VRN. Another fantastic season on with VRN. Just absolutely love this partnership we have, and real excited to kick this season off. And shout out to another race series. We got a lot of drivers from the Northwest Tour tonight, so if you like the racing you see here, maybe give them a check, look them up on Facebook too. They run some short track super late models, and a lot of drivers out here with us tonight racing that series as well.
All right, definitely check them out, and hopefully we'll be talking to you here in a little bit in Victory Lane.
All right, 10-4, I hope so, buddy.
All right, again, that is the 24 Jeff Stabnels. We'll go back to the main camera. As you can see, the lights are still on the pace car, so we're not ready to go racing just yet. So we are going to step away here from the mic for just a moment, and we will go as soon as they get to turn 4 and get ready to go racing again. We will be back on the mic live to get this thing going. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the lights are off. Green flag is back in the air. We are racing Jason Berg and Jeff Stabnel reversing roles, but they are still 1 and 2 here in the race tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up your main bar here early in this race. We'll switch over to the drop down here in just a little bit so you can see where your driver is, if they're in the top 20 or not. We will be switching that over to a little rotating one here soon. We completely forgot to put that in, as it is the running order. We need to see all the drivers in the running order, so again, we will be switching that over here shortly. Right now it is Berg, Stabna, Barr, Huffine, and Tillman are your front 5 drivers here. So we'll go ahead and bring your top 5 up. That's how they run right now as we go back through this field. Well, there is through the field. We're viewing around 20th, and you can still see the front of this field nearly. That's 28th place back here. And that you're watching the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. Good to see him here racing with us after not always having the best internet. So a good job for him to be racing with us. We got someone into the outside wall just a little bit. We'll see if it does indeed play out. Oh, and we got a pile up back in the back. 2 or 3 cars getting involved. Let's go ahead and get rid of your top 5 as the caution is out. Once again here, it's going to be William Fletcher involved, this time in the 28 machine. So let's go back and take a look and see what happened to him here. As right in here, your Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas, aerial coverage here for tonight. And right in here's where you're about to see it. Right there, the 91 of Hutchinson gets into his bumper, but he had some contact as well. Somebody got to his back bumper and spun him right into the 28 of William Fletcher. And that will bring out caution number 2. Cautions, breeding cautions. I don't think anybody's going to come down pit road here. We were only on 1 lap of green, if that, probably about half a lap technically. So again, I don't see anybody coming down pit road. So we're going to step away for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have at least one more lap here before we get things going again. Seems like a good time here. We're at Daytona. Why not go crank it up here on a VRN? We don't have our crank it up logo in the overlays anymore, but we, of course, do have the crank it up cam. So why not when we go live? Let's go crank it up here for a few laps. These drivers let the engines do the talking here for tonight's race. We'll see Jeff Stabnow in 4th place. Can he work his way back to the front? As you heard from him, a little scarce on the teammates here tonight. Excuse me. As he only has one of his 4 teammates, or 3 other teammates here tonight. And that teammate, John Ottenbarger, all the way back in 35th place. 2 laps down right now. Good news is he's going to stay with the draft here, so he shouldn't lose it. But the lights are off. We're going to go to our static cam, and we're going to go crank it up when we go racing once again. So hopefully you love the sound of these cars, because they are going to be roaring as loud as they can here when we go green. We're going to go silent on the mic. We'll be back here after, again, some crank it up on VRN. A strange turn of events as we go back to our main camera here. I want to point out we have 3 drivers on the pit road here. Actually, 2 drivers. We have Stephen Paulson and Travis McKinney that came down pit road. I don't think this was a scheduled stop. I'm not sure what it is, as we're on lap 28 of 80, so they're going to come down a little bit early compared to everybody else. We'll see if this is a scheduled stop or not, but they're not coming out necessarily together. So I don't think this is a scheduled stop, but here they come. Your leaders are going to be getting by them here very quickly. That is going to put these guys a lap down right there. You see the 99 going a lap down. And I'm not sure who that is that's coming out of pit road. There's the 58 of Stephen Paulson. We have several drivers there. The 88 of Travis McKinney. He is going to make it out of pit road, but he is going to get lapped very quickly here. He's now 1 lap down, and he's got his work cut out for him. He's going to have to try to catch this draft. Meanwhile, that draft says see you later as they're checking out from the rest of this field. There's a nice little gap there for those front, about 15 cars or so. Jeff Stabnow, for not having any teammates, has worked his way up to the front, as he called it, friendly faces out there. Again, not saying any of these guys are not friendly or, that they wouldn't work with him, but, it's just like in war. There's a friendlies and then there are non-friendlies, and whether they are a mean person or not has nothing to do with that. It means they are not your teammate, they're not on your team, your side, whatever you want to call it. They are non-friendlies here. But it looks like he's got some friendlies out there that are willing to work with him here as he's being pushed right now, I believe, by the 21 of Jason Berg. That is there. No, that is not Jason Berg that's pushing him. We'll see back there. That is going to be... not sure who is pushing him there. See if we can get a better view of who it is that's pushing him. It's a 10 of Justin McClure. I thought it was a 31 at first, but we're so used to seeing the 31 associated with the Caterpillar car. That's who I thought it was. Let's go ahead and bring down the running order here on the left side of your screen. This front group, though, is where we're going to be concentrating all of our focus here for the next little bit. As look how much of a gap they have over the rest of the field. You'd have to go clear back to Chris White in that 83 machine, running the Astro gaming headset car. Of course, that's what we're using here tonight. We absolutely love our Astro A50s here for broadcasting. Looks like the 83 of Chris White does as well. Although he is running the 83 now, he did run the 35 last season, so that's what we're used to seeing. And another one, we're going to pull those stats up here. If you pull it up, remember we talked about it just a bit ago. Here for Season 2, Chris White was the winner of the kickoff race. Again, that was Indianapolis, but it was still the first race of the season. Could he duplicate that here tonight and win the first race of this season, even though it is a different track? We're looking to see if he could possibly make something happen here. We go back up to the main group. Jeff Stabnow is still holding on to second place, doing a fantastic job considering he has absolutely no help up there right now. Just to give you a rundown of who is all in Hector Strong Racing right now, inside that group there is DJ Masters, Seth Frazier, Dylan Huffines, BJ Tidrick, Casey Tillman, Chris Walters, Daryl Tidrick, Donovan Barr, Jason Berg, Justin McClure, Travis McKinney. That is a lot of drivers, and a lot of those drivers are right here around Jeff Stabnow. As he pointed out earlier, these guys are right there around him, trying to take him in his position away, but he's doing a fantastic job of holding it. Meanwhile, everyone else out there doing a fantastic job as well, holding on to it. And it looks like we're going to have the 99 coming back down pit road again for more damage repair. As he is currently 7 laps down in 36th position. Jeff Stabnow to the front of the field. Once again, he's got the 10 of Justin McClure pushing him, as well as the 40 and the 92 of Bruce Lee Weaver and Casey Tillman. Those guys pushing them. This is our front group. Then you have the back group back there led by, I believe, Chris White, who's leading that. He is indeed. So two distinct groups, actually Corey Walters that's leading it, but two distinct groups here. This second group really probably kind of waiting back to see what happens with the first one. They've got enough cars, they should be able to catch them, but they want to see how it's going to go. Are they going to race clean and not see a caution? Are we going to see a caution here? As we are currently 6 laps away from the halfway point here for tonight's race. As we're on lap 35 of 80. Once we get to that lap 41, we will be officially at the halfway point here tonight. And again, once we start getting into those last 10 laps, last 5 laps, it's going to be, do or die time. We call it the point of no return. Or go time, what do you want to call it? The 5 laps to go is the point of no return, technically, as it would end the race if a caution came out. But somewhere in the 10 to 8 to 10 to go, we like to refer to as the go time. You have to go. But the key to this here is that while you don't see anybody pressing the issue too much, is because they want to go, but at the same time, if you show your hand too early, then what's going to happen, of course, is they're going to get back by you later on, and you're really not going to have much of a chance to get by them. So you have to be very strategic about how you play your hand here. Is right now Donovan Barr that is out front by .033, now .066, 0.99 separating first and third right now. Jason Berg, so Barr, Stabnow, and Berg are 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. I expect to see really good racing between these guys. I don't think we're going to see too terribly many cautions, as well, we have it for a moment. Let's of course go ahead and we will get rid of this drop down here and pull up your main bar once it's clear. There you have it. Let's pull up some caution information here for tonight. Right there you see it here at Daytona International Speedway. We've had 2 cautions so far for 7 laps, as well as 7 different lead changes here tonight. So not too terribly much on the cautions here, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Let's go ahead and bring up your track information here. Again, presented by Bulletproof Tees. If you're in the market for t-shirts, hit them up at bulletprooftees.com. And again, Daytona International Speedway, 4 turns, 2.48 miles, technically 2.5 if you really want to get down to it. Of course, 198, basically 200 miles. Track temp right now, 72 degrees. It's not that hot. 3-mile-per-hour winds out of the southeast. So again, 72 is not necessarily a extremely hot track. It's giving them a little bit of grip out here. It's not cool by any means. It could get down to about 65, but for the grand scheme of things, it is a nice, cool track. So we'll see if that does play a factor. It's probably playing somewhat into the factor as to why we haven't seen too many cautions. Again, just to remind everyone here, as we're coming up on the halfway point here in the next lap, coming up next on VRN is going to be the post-race show from Daytona International Speedway. We'll be talking to one of these guys as the winner, and of course your second and third place. The question is, who will that winner be? As of right now, we are not 100% sure who the winner will be. It could be Donovan Barr. It could be Jeff Stabnow, Jason Berg, Jason McClure, Case Hankins. It could be any of these guys that are up front. The question is who it is, and we have heard a little bit about these engines, blowing up here during practice. We haven't seen it so far. I don't think we're going to see it too much. What we are going to do here for a lap or two is let's go on board. Here's never mind. We got people coming down pit road. And, we got people locking them up, people sliding sideways, almost getting into each other. As this is going to be a huge chunk coming down. This is probably basically the whole team down there for Hector Shung Racing. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but the 20 going to slide through his pit, so does the 98. They both have to back up. This is not good, folks. This is going to really back them up on pit road. As it's the last thing you want to do. Is now they're going to be coming out at different times. They need to get together if they want to make something happen. As there's going to be Daniel Masters coming out of pit road, and we'll see Jeff Stabnow coming down pit road. He's only got 4 people coming with him, so a few less people here. As the 10's going to come with him. The 08 is going to come down, and the 90 as well. That's going to be Scott Mann, Jesse Gray, Justin McClure, and Jeff Stabnow coming down pit road together. So 4 versus about 11 or 12. That is definitely not going to be enough to hold them off. But Jeff Stabnow getting a good stop here, and it looks like he is going to take left sides only, as he is going to get off pit road. And there he is, left side tires only here for the number 24, Jeff Stabnow, who's had such a great run here so far. Scott Hutchinson is your new race leader here, as we are on lap 42 of 80. We're past the halfway point, and they're dodging people left and right here, as that's that main group. And what a dodge session over here it was. And here comes everybody that was behind them, and a few more coming down pit road. Not everyone, though, is coming down pit road. We got the 9 coming down to Corey Walters. It looks like Chris White's going to come down as well. But we still have several people. Your top 11 drivers have not come down pit road. Those do include Barnes, Cushman, Coley, Silstad, Heffley, Frazier, Lambert, Nichols, Williams, and Hutchinson have not come down pit road yet. And most of those are right here in this group. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Go zoom up a little bit and see there is another group right here that has not come down pit road. They have 19, 20 laps on their tires at the moment. So we will see if this one, or if this group does come down anytime soon. They'd almost have to, I would be willing to bet. We'll see. What we were about to do is we'll do it with Scott Hutchinson, who is running in second place. Actually go with Brian Lambert sitting in third, fourth place right now. Let's go on board with him just for a minute. Alright, as you see, Scott Hutchinson going to come down pit road here. We'll go on board with him as he comes down pit road. Gerald Heffley going to come down as well. Looks like Heffley going to get into his pit stall. Hutchinson coming into his pit stall, and he's going to get a tear off clean. That windshield's going to get nice and clean here tonight. As we'll go back to the main camera. We'll see Gary Nichols still out front. We still have currently 9 drivers that have not come down pit road and taken tires or fuel here on this last stop. We'll see if they're waiting on that caution to come out. I don't know if we're going to see it. Taking a look one more time at those caution information. Here they come down pit road, locking up the brakes. 2 cautions so far for 7 laps, 10 different lead changes. We'll see. Again, not too many Hanover Wrecker Service cautions here tonight. And that's going to do it for the rest of your field. They're all coming down pit road this time. Josh Coley in this group as well. Brian Barnes, Seth Frazier in this group as well. So the whole rest of the field coming down pit road. That's going to shake things up once they all get there. And we'll see. Now, I stand corrected, actually. William Fletcher did not come down pit road that time. He's got 22 laps on his tires. He is a sitting duck right now. There's just absolutely no question about it. There's no way he can run those many laps and withstand this field. He will go a lap down here shortly. Of course, we're going to have to pass him and then pass him again. So it will be a while before he goes a lap down. But being out there all by yourself on older tires is not, I stand corrected, there he comes down the pit road. But either way, he is going to go a lap down here as it's going to be Jeff Stabnow side by side trying to battle for the lead here. Jason Burke is not quite done yet, and neither is Bruce Weaver. He's still going to have a say in this if he can, so we'll see just how this one does play out. Again, we have no idea how it's going to play out. As we're getting word from, I believe, Chris Walters that he just blew up in the 36 machine. And so we'll take a look. So Chris Walters out of the race here. Didn't even catch him there as there's so many cars on this track right now to keep track of. But Chris Walters giving us word that he just blew up through radio communication, as there it is, the caution is going to come out, and it looks like it's going to be for Scott Mann in the 90. So let's go back and take a look. And indeed it is. Here's Scott Mann in the 90. We're going to get to him here. Let's go to the aerial coverage provided by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. And what happened to the 90? We got 3 wide. This is not going to work out too well for him here, I don't believe. We have the 90 a part of this. And right there, oh, the 55 slides up just a little bit, gets to the 22 and the 9. and the 83 of Chris White involved, the 03 involved, the 90 involved, and chaos ensues back in the back of this field, and that will bring out our third caution here of the night. We will go back to the front, and it's going to be Bruce Lee Weaver, that is your current race leader as we're under caution for the third time here tonight. So we will be right back after a quick commercial break.
This is a demonstration for the built-in water temperature sensor of W5 CPU water block. There is a water temperature sensor built inside W5 to detect the temperature of the coolant that runs through W5. Here, we're using thermal mode and time-lapse effect to show the temperature change of the system. You can easily see the real-time temperature change on the software screen. W5 is also made with central inlet design, which contributes to higher coolant flow that helps faster heat dispatching to achieve a lower coolant temperature, of which you can see on the software thanks to the water temperature sensor. While W5 shows you the temperature of the coolant that runs through your CPU water block, you can also throw in a Pacific TF1 indicator to monitor the temperature and coolant flow of your whole system.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if we can't get a quick word in with Chris White real fast. Chris White, you got a copy?
You got me, Charles.
Well, it seemed like being at the wrong place at the wrong time. You got caught up in the someone else's mess here at Daytona. Definitely not the scenario you wanted here. As it wasn't Daytona last season that you won, but you did win the first race of the season, and of course, doesn't look like that's going to happen again here tonight. So, what happened? Just give us a rundown of your point of view of what all happened down there.
Charles, like you said, I did win the first race of the last season, but that was Indianapolis, by far different than here, Daytona. Daytona's a heck of a monster, and when it bites hard. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of damage from the earlier cautions, kind of fell back there running with the 9. I just used my fast repair on that the last caution there. I was hoping we can the 9 and I could work together to get back up towards the front, but unfortunately, as you saw, we got caught up in that wreck.
Definitely not the way you want it to go, but as always, we know you'll regroup and come back at it again. Of course, for next week, if we'll do the looking up there, we'll take a look, see if we can find it anyway. We'll try anyway. Here we go, Daytona. We're going to go to Texas next week. So how in the past has Texas fared for you, and are you looking forward to trying to put it in victory lane over there?
Well, unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to pack it up here tonight, and we'll start gearing up for Texas. Texas isn't one of my most favorite tracks. It eats tires pretty good, and but we'll figure something out. It's a new season. Got to pack up here and go home. Daytona, like I said, is a monster. It's just when it bites hard, and it's just a survival game out there. Who knows? If you survive, you might win, but you got to avoid these wrecks.
You definitely do. We know you got some shout-outs and sponsors, so who would those be here for tonight's race?
Oh yeah, this year bringing back the Chevy Camaro, number 83 now. Got the SimStar Motorsports that I drive for my team, and I put Astro gaming equipment on the car for Daytona here. I got some affiliate links on my website, simstarmotorsports.com. If you're interested in the Astro products, go ahead and click those links, and they take you over to Amazon.
I got to thank Walls Beer Co. Mark Walls, unfortunately, he's not here. Congrats on him and his newborn coming. Walls Beer Co. Beard Balm, great products. Check them out, wallsbeerco.com. And thanks, Charles. Appreciate it. And we'll see you at Texas next week.
All right, we will see you there. All right, again, that was the 83 of Chris White. We're used to being known as the 35, but he has changed that number here for this season, so it's the 83 of Chris White now. And that Astro Chevrolet here tonight, Astro Gaming headsets. Again, we definitely recommend Astro Gaming headsets ourselves. It's what we use here for the broadcast. We absolutely love them. It's all we've used, and it's all we'll probably ever use here for the broadcast on VRN. Again, the possibilities are just about endless of what you can do with these, whatever type of gaming you do, or in this case, broadcasting. It looks like the lights are off. We are going racing this next time by. There you see we're on lap 51. You do the math, that's 51, 61, 71, and 81. So we have 30 laps left to go. Make it 29 when they get to the line right here. It's going to be 29 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. If you're just tuning in with us here tonight, you're watching the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Walls Beer Co. here on Virtual Racing Network, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. Again, this is the Northwest Racing Series as we are under green flag condition. One more time, the question of the night is, will cautions breed cautions, and will we see any more? And will this race end under green or yellow? Well, we just don't know how it will all shake out. If you are new to iRacing, get this picture in your head of this track right now here, as we will give you a good view right there. This is the last time you will see this track, folks. They are giving us a brand new Daytona. It will be the same track, but they're going to change visually how this track looks to match the actual 2019 Daytona International Speedway. So come Thursday night at 10:30 Central Time, when you tune in for the Truck Series race, this track will look quite a bit different. And of course, we have a lot of new features that we're going to be playing with as well tomorrow morning with that update that we get, including new HDR rendering. And of course, the fans will now be having the option for flash photography here at the racetrack. So you will have lights going off on the infield and in the stands of these fans taking pictures of all their favorite drivers here. So a lot of new stuff going on, some new track configurations for Charlotte Motor Speedway as well. So we'll be looking forward to seeing all of that. Jason Berg, though, still holding on to second place and doing a good job of it as well. Jeff Stabnell currently in third place. Casey Tillman sitting in fourth place. This whole group right now is really bunched together pretty good. Nobody really trying to get too far away here at the moment. So we will be waiting to see if they have any breakaway. If you're really not familiar with pack racing, you'll probably see two packs. As you can see that front pack with the two blue cars, and then you have another little pack back there to it looks about Gary Nichols. Right back here's your second pack going on with that number 8 machine. They're not too far back, and if I was them, I might pull back just a tad bit more than I am. You don't want to lose the draft, but you don't want to stay right up on their bumper either. You want to hang back just a little bit. I would even be venturing to say that if you went back here a little further back, these guys right here have a better understanding of what they need to do. Some of these guys, anyway, they're hanging back there just enough to hang into the draft, but not enough to get in any trouble, as they could avoid it if trouble was to come their way. As the 24 Jeff Stabnow is going to use the 21 of Jason Berger to his advantage. Take the lead. Now you've got the 08 of Jesse Gray trying to push the 21 of Jason Berger ahead of the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Jeff Stabnow not having any of that. He's going to battle very hard now, as he is your race leader at the moment. And you can see those three distinct little groups starting to form. If something happens right here in this main group, those back groups want to be able to capitalize off of it here for the win. So that is why they're holding back maybe just a little bit, as they do not want to be too close in the event that does happen. Jason Berg out front here at the moment, and it's going to be Berg at the line here to lead that lap. We're on lap 58 of 80. We're going to have 20 to go here before you know it. And we're on lap 57 of 80. I thought we were on 58, but it is lap 57. We've completed 56 laps here so far in this race. It has really started to kind of knock these laps down very quickly. You're running 46-second laps around this track. Well, let us know in chat who your driver is tonight. Who are you rooting for to win this race? I know we got a lot of fans out there watching here tonight, so definitely let us know who your driver is that you are picking for tonight's race. Definitely a lot of them out here to pick from. We got 33 still on the track. Correction, we got 32 on the track right now. Just to give a rundown, Stephen Paulson, the first one, a lap down. He is 2 laps down. Followed by John Otlager, 2 laps down. James Thurston, 2 laps down. And Chris White, 9 laps down. But he is not on the track here at the moment. Back to the front we go. Jeff Stabnow. Oh, we got a car going below the apron. That's not going to work usually, but it works out for him here. That was the 40 of Bruce Weaver working below the yellow line. That typically does not work out too well, but he's going to do it. Everybody giving a little bit of room right now. This is exactly what they need to do. You've got to give each other room early in this race. Even though we are on lap 59, we're going to be coming up with 20 laps to go here in 2 laps. As we, again, have completed 58 laps. While we have a moment here, we're going to take a hydration break real fast. We're going to go silent on the mic, and we're going to go over here. Let's go back here with Dan West Jr. go on board with him and just see what it's like to be behind the wheel for his car in that number 55 machine. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. When I say we, I mean we. I do not have a mouse in my pocket here tonight. However, I do have a Chris White in the booth. So, Chris White, unfortunately, out of this race a little early, but he is in the booth with us. As I'm not sure what was going on there. We had some people shaking up. Oh, we got a whole pack of cars coming down pit road.
Yeah, we sure do. It looks like that pack is being led by the 21 of Jason Berg there. Pit stops crucial. This is probably final pit stops if this race stays green.
Definitely should be 19 laps to go. And, I knew this team was big down here for Hector Strong Racing. I don't think it was quite that big. I have a feeling some of those drivers that were coming down there were just drivers that are trying to tag along. It's kind of like, being in the ocean You get those little fish that hang around the big fish so they don't get attacked by other big fish. And I think that's kind of what's going on here. If you're a little team, you kind of got to, align yourself with a bigger team so that you have someone to work with.
Yeah, it's a new season. When I got on for the first time tonight, I noticed that Hector Motorsports are racing. I'm not sure what their name was exactly, but they had quite a few names under that block there on TeamSpeak, and I was like, oh no, another team, a bigger team to compete with. Jason Bergs looks like he's on that team, and but with that said, I'm sure there's probably some good talent to go along with that.
And we got a chance to talk to Jeff Stabnow, who's actually leading this race right now. As they're coming down pit road, we talked to him about that, and he already knew coming into this race. Obviously, Mark Walls wasn't going to be here due to having little Mark Walls being born today, so he was out, and John Ottenbacher now 2 laps down, so he's not going to be here or be able to help him too much. And then Sean Breitzman not here at all, so not sure what happened there. But even if they had showed up, he was 3 versus 11, so already going to be to a disadvantage coming in with 3 versus 11, and then to make it 1 versus 11, as he put it, he doesn't have too many friendly faces out there that can help him.
No, and Daytona's a tough racetrack to compete on in general. You tend to find partners out there, teammates preferably, when you're drafting to help. But as these laps wind down and you get towards the end, it pretty much turns into you're out there for yourself, and you just want to be that front car out there when it comes down to the checkered flag.
They definitely do. You speak of being out there out front when this race comes to an end. You're on the racing side of things here. We got 16 to go, obviously 5 to go, and if a caution comes out, the race is over. So as a racer side of this, give us your thoughts. At what point do you say this is go time? I've got to get to the front. And if you're up at the front, say first, second, or third, what lap to go, Mark, do you make your move to get to the front to where you can get there, but they don't have time to get back by you again?
Well, it's Daytona. As you may see in the real life NASCAR races, just as it is here, it kind of works the same way. Jason Berg, I believe, is out front leading this race, or will resume the lead if he's not. I'm pretty sure he is. He's in the catbird seat there. He's leading the race, but he's racing that rear mirror, I bet you, more than he is the driver, the windshield. When you're within 5 laps, that second place, third place, fourth place cars, they're gearing up to make that move to pass that leader, whoever the leader is. And with 2 to go, you better believe they're going to be making a move going into turn 3 and 4 to try to outdo them coming off turn 4 for that start-finish line.
You definitely have to make that move at just the right time in order to make things happen. And these guys are good at it. That's why this league has grown so much, so rapidly, as you can attest to as being one of the drivers. Last season we may have had 15, 20 drivers here. We have 36 drivers here, and I'd be willing to venture to guess that probably half, if not more than half of this field is brand new drivers, as we got a lot of shaking going up here in the front.
Yeah, there certainly is a lot of new names out here. I don't know if it's just the Daytona name itself. Daytona does draw in a bigger crowd, so we'll see what happens come next week and the week after if some of these newer names fall off. Then we'll know they were just here for the Daytona excitement. But a lot of new names. Hopefully most of them stick around, and we'll see what happens throughout the season.
Definitely we want them to stick around. So if you're out there watching this after the race, make sure you stick around, as there's plenty more racing to go here this season. Again, 33 weeks. Last season they ran 2 seasons. This season they're running just 1 big season with more playoffs and stuff. So changing it up just here a little bit here. We're looking forward to it. I know obviously as a driver, having a little bit more of a season can get a little longer, but it gives you chances. We are 3 wide right now for the about, it's a 6th position.
Yeah, this year new for 2019, the season is not going to be divided up into 2 separate seasons with a break in between. This season will run through next year, January, when the championship race will be held, and that's certainly going to change the mindset of what we do all year long. It's just going to be a long season, a lot of practice, a lot of time, a lot of commitment going into it, and the playoffs are extended, so there's extended playoffs too, and several road courses and so forth. It's going to be exciting.
It could, and meanwhile a caution comes out. Jeff Stabnow getting involved in it here. This is going to really change things up here with 11 to go. We'll have about 7 to go when we get the green. Let's go back and take a look and see what exactly happened here. So we'll go to the aerial coverage, of course, provided by Sam Ford. Right there, a little bobble between, I think Jeff Stabnow may have had that. Let's go back here again and see if we can't get a little bit more view of this here. See exactly what did happen. There we go, back to the aerial coverage. And I think Jeff Stabnow got a little loose here. He may have had a little contact there from, I believe, the 92 as well. But they were 3 wide, and so he gets a little loose. The 92 may have taken the air off the back of his car. The 72 and him make a little contact, and it was on from there. Looks like Josh Cushman, Brian Barnes getting involved. Just a whole host of drivers. So some really good drivers being involved in that caution.
Yeah, certainly some familiar names like Brian Barnes, Josh Cushman, and Jeff Stabnow. Some bigger names in the series getting involved in that. Unfortunately, it looks like most of them, if not all of them, are going to need to use fast repairs if they still have one available. It's unfortunate, but these laps are winding down. Things are picking up. It's getting really tense, and pressure's on. You want to get to the front. You want to win this thing, and stuff like this happens in the meantime.
You want to get to the front. You need to be there, especially now. We are 10 to go. Again, it's going to be about 7 to go or so when we get the green. But while we have a moment here, we are going to step away for a quick commercial break, so we will be right back. Are you in the market for a quality new or used car, truck, or SUV? Head on down to Sames Ford in Corpus Christi, Texas, and browse through their inventory today. You won't be disappointed. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have 6 laps to go. When they get to the line, you see your wave rounds getting a full head of steam coming to the line. Green flag is in the air. Let's go racing. We'll put your running order drop down because you're going to want to see where everybody finishes here. We have, again, 6 laps to go. Yeah, we've seen some good racing here so far. I don't think it's over yet. I'm not 100% sold on the fact that we won't see another caution either.
No, I can almost bet there'd be another caution. These guys, like I said, are going to get aggressive. The tension's building up, and they want to go forward. So they're going to try to do what they can, even if it means 3 wide, 4 wide. But you can bet something's going to come out of that.
Yeah, something's definitely going to come out of it. And we're seeing drivers up front that we've seen up front, and then some that we haven't seen. Josh Coley making his way to the front here. And sitting in 6th place. He did not even take a qualifying lap. Here he is running in 6th place right now. Todd Hammond up there as well. Gerald Heffley. So some drivers that we haven't seen, and there's a huge pile up. Cars go flying. No caution though. There's the caution. 5 to go. This race is over. Looks like Jason Berg is going to get the... No, it's going to be Donovan Barr that's being scored as the race leader. Unless that does change itself again here.
I'm not sure when that yellow flag flies. I think that's when the field is frozen there. And it looked like Jason Berg was out front, but we'll see here in a minute.
We'll definitely see. It doesn't look like Donovan Barr's going to slow down and let him by if he is, so we'll see if they do score him.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking at the finishing results right now, and as of right now, it looks like Jason Berg edged out Donovan Barr by 0.050 seconds.
That is insane, so they should update that.
Never mind. I take that back. Stand corrected. Now it shows Donovan Barr as the race winner.
Donovan Barr, again, sometimes even iRacing can't get it right off the bat. It's that close. But that's what we're showing here on our end. Donovan Barr getting the win, a rookie here this season. So we'll see. Again, they have 4 to go. They're not going to go racing again. That is an unfortunate part of iRacing. That when it comes down to 5 to go, we do not have a green, white, checkered or overtime.
No, and that's just an unfortunate finish there. The 72 got a little nudge from the 08, sent him up into the 00, caused that massive wreck there, and unfortunately, not enough laps remaining to go back green. So the win goes to Donovan Barr. Jason Berg takes second. But that's a product of Daytona. That's usually how it ends up.
It is indeed. And someone I want to check in with real fast with, if we can see where he is going to finish. I don't even see him in the list here. It's Jeff Stabnow. There he is. Going to be scored 1 lap down in 24th position. Had a dominating run, led so many laps, got tangled up in there, was able to use his fast repair as he had not used it yet, but then just caution after caution coming out and just unable to capitalize off of anything, and he's going to be stuck back here. He will get the wave around as he's the first one a lap down, but he'll still be scored in 24th place. Just unfortunately, he didn't have the time to get back.
No, it's unfortunate. He got caught up in that big wreck. With not too many laps remaining in this race, it's hard to come from the back. That's unfortunate, but it's Daytona. Everybody's going to pack up, leave here, regroup, come back at Texas, and we'll all move on. We'll get on with the rest of the season, including myself.
Well, definitely will. With 3 to go, of course, we are not going green, so we are going to step away for our last commercial break. And when we come back, we will be talking to our top 3 right after your unofficial race results.
Thermal take. Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Low.
Say hello TT.
Hello TT.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Here's unfortunately this race is going to end under caution here for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and go through your unofficial race results here before we move on over to your post-race show. We'll be talking to your top three drivers. Of course, as we'll pull those race results up for you. Getting the win here tonight is going to be the 98 of Donovan Barr. Second place is going to go to the 21 of Jason Berg. Third place, the 63 of Tom Hammond. And fourth place will be the 88 of Travis McKinney. Fifth place will be the 92 of Casey Tillman. Sixth place will be the 28 of William Fletcher. Seventh place will be the 00 of Dylan Huffines. Eighth place will be the 33 of Josh Coley. Ninth place will be the 9 of Corey Walters. 10th place will be the 55 of Dan West Jr. 11th place, the 4 of Brian Barnes. And at 12th place, we'll go to the 62 of Gerald Heffley. 13th, we'll go to the 95 of Josh Cushman. 14th will be the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. 15th will be the 65 of Steve Silstad. And 16th will go to the 32 of Seth Frazier. 17th will go to the 52 of Brian Lambert. 18th will go to the 10 of Justin McClure. 19th will go to the 25 of Jade Williams. And 20th will go to the 03 of Daniel Masters. 21st will go to Gary Nichols. 22nd, Jesse Gray. 23rd, BJ Tidrick. And 24th will go to the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. 25th will go to Stephen Paulson. 26th, John Ottenbacher. 27th, James Thurston. 28th, Dana Rogers. 29th, Daryl Tidrick. 30th, Case Hinkins. 31st, Bruce Lee Weaver. 32nd will go to Charles Lahr. 33rd, unfortunately, having a good run earlier, just didn't end up the way he wanted to, will be the 83 of Chris White, who was in the booth with us here for the last part of this race. 34th will be the 90 of Scott Mann. 35th, Chris Walters in the 36 machine. 36th place will be the 99 of Chris Torres. And that will, of course, do it here for your unofficial race results. We'll be right back here in just a few moments with your top 3 drivers here for the post-race show. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have, of course, your post-race show here with us. We're going to be talking to those top 3 drivers as we're pulling up the top 20 on the list. And, of course, we do not have third place with us here, the 63 of Tom Hammond. So, unfortunately, we do not get to talk to him. But we do have second place with us here, the 21 of Jason Berg. And I believe Chris has caught up with him down on pit road.
Hey, Jason, congratulations there on that second place finish. Familiar name, racking up several wins last year and starting off the year strong here. Bet you're hoping you can got that win there, but tough racing and just a product of Daytona with the accidents.
Yeah, that race was crazy from the drop of the green flag. Everybody wasn't really given an inch, a lot of tight racing, and I'm just glad to be able to finish it where I did. I would have liked to obviously race it out to the finish. It's always a bummer when they finish under yellow, but at the same time, it's super cool to see Donovan in his first race here, another guy with the Northwest Tour, get his first win. So he's off to the playoffs, and hopefully I can follow him in.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure you'll get that win here pretty quick. A lot of new names in the series I've seen. It looks like you're on a team now. A bunch of guys there. Just more competitors to compete against myself. Next week we got Texas. What are your thoughts about moving on to Texas next week?
I love that track. It's cool how the tire wear really comes into play there. A lot of different lines you can take, and it's just a fun, fast track. So I'm really looking forward to it. I definitely got my work cut out for me. There's going to be even more fast people this year than there was last year.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm looking forward to getting out of here. Wrecked race car here for me, unfortunately. Texas kind of eats up tires for me, too. But looking forward to next week. Congratulations again on the second place finish here and getting this season off to a great start. And just so you know, we do come back to Daytona, I believe, in July, so you got another shot at it. But congratulations again, Jason.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely got to thank Charles and Jeff, Sean, Mark, everybody for putting this series on and doing all the work with the broadcast. And if you're looking for any aerial photography, check out gforceaerialmedia.com.
All right, and that was your second place finisher there, Jason Berg, here at Daytona tonight. Charles, I believe, has the winner, Donovan Barr.
I do indeed have the 98 of Donovan Barr. Kind of setting the bar here for this field here tonight, as he was the race winner. So first off, congrats on the win here. Coming in, we heard earlier that the Northwest Tour Series are going to bring in some really good drivers. You come from that series, and you come in here your very first race. Obviously, we call you the rookie, but you're definitely not a rookie by any means. You come in and show this field of 36 drivers what it is, and you put it in victory lane. How does it feel to come in and win on your first race?
It feels really good. I was really not expecting this. I just wanted to finish the race and have a good finish, but I got to thank all the guys from the Northwest Tour and everybody for putting this on.
No, definitely. We look to see big things from you here in this series as well. So, same kind of question. We want to talk about Texas a little bit, going to that. But before we get to Texas, first off, we want to know, are you going to be racing in the truck series on Thursday night?
I'm planning on running the Thursday night series, but I don't know if I'll run the whole... I plan on running Thursday, but I don't plan on running the whole series because I just don't have time to make setups every week.
Well, that being said, if you plan on running this Thursday, what are your thoughts going forward? Because I don't think too much is going to change as far as the track surface itself. But tomorrow morning we get the new update here. You're going to have the new Daytona. It will look like the new Daytona. We're going to have cameras flashing in the stands. So is it going to be kind of nice to finally get that new Daytona and have the look and feel of how it is in real life?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that update. And I think it's going to be tough in the trucks because it's an open setup, but I think we could do pretty good.
Well, definitely, we're looking forward to that. And on to Texas next week here for the Xfinity. What are your thoughts on Texas? I am from Texas, so I personally think it's the best track ever. I don't care what anybody says about it. But no, it may not be the best track, but I like it. It seems like a fun track, but it can be a track that can have a big challenge, too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've been there once in real life and watched a truck race. I don't even own the track on iRacing yet. I gotta buy it and start practicing.
Oh, there you have it. Again, I would get on there and practice. It's going to be a tough one, but I think you'll master it fairly quickly. But that being said, we know you probably got some sponsors and shout-outs you want to give. So who are those for this win here tonight?
I want to give a shout out to the Northwest Tour, Soundtown Stereo, Alluring Lawns, and Blue Line Graphics.
Oh, definitely.
And Mike Wood, Race Designs.
Well, a big shout out to those, and of course a big shout out to you and everyone else in the top three here, and everybody else that's came in here tonight and raced. Definitely was a great race to kick off the season with. We are not done just yet, folks. Of course, we need to thank all the sponsors here for this race. Those do include, of course, Walls Beard Coat Beard Balm. Mark Walls, the owner of that, couldn't be here racing tonight because little Mark Walls is being born, or little Mark Walls et. We don't really know. I don't know. It could be a little boy or a little girl. We don't know. We'll have to get with Mark Walls to find out, as that was not information that we did get. But either way, a little Walls being born here tonight. Congrats to him. And of course, on the racing side of things, big shout out to all of our broadcast side of things. Big shout out to all of our partners for 2019. Those do include Northwest Racing Series, Walls Beard Co., Race on Texas, Sim Speed Shop, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports, Huffman Designs, and Race Core. Make sure you give all these guys a big shout out when you see them. As always, on behalf of Virtual Racing Network and the Northwest Racing Series, especially this Xfinity Series, have a great rest of your morning at this point. Nope, still night. It is 11:54 p.m., so have a great rest of your night into the morning, and we'll see you tomorrow night with some more Dirt Track Racing here on VRN.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.